Hi, today I'm going to show you how to get HDMI out of the controller of a Autel Evo Lite 640T. So this one does not have HDMI out. When I had bought this in October of 2024, right shortly after they had released them, I hadn't realized the smaller controller doesn't have HDMI. I don't think they even sold the bigger controller till half a year later after they had released this one, the way I understood it. So I have this smaller controller, does not have HDMI, and I do search and rescue with this, mostly cattle recovery, and not being able to stream to a second monitor is kind of a pain, personally, having people constantly looking over your back, trying to figure out where an animal is. Definitely helps to have a second monitor. So obviously, right at first, since the HDMI is just capped, it has a USB on the top. I thought maybe, I could figure out a way of getting USB, like the screen recording. So I tried just a USB to HDMI. Obviously, that didn't really work. So I also tried Drone Valley's HDMI to USB-C. This is supposed to work with like the DJI drones, and that didn't work as well. So I had to figure something out, and eventually just gave up since I couldn't figure it out. I also tried RTMP streaming, but that only does a visual camera. That doesn't do the thermal camera. That only does the regular camera. So that wasn't really going to work for me. So I kind of gave up on it, and I'd seen on a YouTube video in one of the comments, and when somebody was reviewing this drone, someone said, oh, they figured out how to get HDMI out and using some dongle. And I tried to figure out, pretty much gave up on it. And then recently I went down the rabbit hole of a Reddit post, and that user said that you should download the Wavelink app and then buy this adapter. So he said that worked. So I decided I'll buy the adapter and see what happens. So I bought the adapter and it actually works. So today I'm going to show you how that's done for anybody that's trying to get HDMI out of this particular drone controller. I know you can buy the bigger controller that has the HDMI port on it. So obviously this is just going to be a unique situation with this smaller controller. So first of all, you're going to need the Wavelink app on this device, and since this device has an Android software on it, we have to sideload it since this Android doesn't have an app store of any kind that comes factory installed. So we have to go through the browser. We'll let this boot up here a little bit. Once we're in, we back out to the home page, and then I'll go to my browser. Once I'm in my browser, let me back out and show you what I did here. So it has some for Chinese browser on it. I just pretty much open Google up. Google up, and then there's probably several ways of doing this. The app that you need is Wavelink. The app. So I was able to download this APK Pure app store that you can download APKs. I'm sure there's a way of downloading. I just couldn't figure it out. So this worked for me. I'm sure there's different ways. I just download the APK app, and once that was downloaded, I can use the APK app to obviously get in and download our app. We'll let that boot up, and then so the app that you're also looking, I just Googled Display Link, and then the Display Link Android version app is Display Link Representer. That's the app that you need. I just downloaded that through this app store, and I have it. So the way I understand it, this app just kind of runs in the background, Pretty much, yeah, it kind of fends for itself. It doesn't really do much just besides running in the background. Um, this this controller doesn't have much memory or storage, but doesn't just with I don't really have anything else downloaded on it, so I am not having much problems with it. The memory is that app. The memory for this controller is not even a gigabyte, so and that app storage is like 32 megabytes, so it's not terrible. I mean, I'm just using like 4.13 gigabytes of storage out of the 28 gigabytes. So yeah, there's not much for storage, but so far it's not running that heavy on the device. So once that's downloaded, you'll have to buy this adapter. I'll show you the Amazon webpage that I bought this off of. It's just the USB 3.0 to 2K HDMI adapter. And then once we have that, pretty much just an HDMI to USB. We'll plug that right into the top. Once that boots up, and then we'll get our screen. Since I don't have a second screen, I just use my iPad. Plug it in here. And we have HDMI on the second display. So yeah, works really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I flew it around, everything broadcasts the way it should, and works really well. So I'm really happy. Whoever figured this out, a huge shout out. That was great. This is gonna make my life a lot easier. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.